Hey, what is up guys? So, we got two new cards that we are going to be talking about. The first one is going to be Mathematician, my worst nightmare over here. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out his effect, and let's briefly see what Konami has to say about the card. So, it is a effect monster that's level 3, and it says, when this card is normal summon, you can send one level 4 or lower monster from your deck to the graveyard. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can draw one card. So there's obviously a bunch of decks that can definitely make use of this card. I can already think of like Frog Monarchs, there's plant variants, although I don't really think you need it in the Sylvan deck because in the Sylvans you basically want to open up with setting cards, or it's technically just a little bit slower, and excavating and sending a card from the deck to the graveyard are actually two different things. But there's a little combo that they talk about with Crane, which is actually okay, and getting out the plant XYZ, but I think a lot of decks will be able to utilize this. Unfortunately though, it is not a level 4 monster. I think they did that kind of on purpose because, I mean, could you guys imagine this card? I mean, if you already have a zombie in the grave, you could just go Mathematician, send Mizuki, then go ahead and go for a play like go for Lavalval Chain, then send another Mizuki, and then from there you can open up a lot more plays. And talk about go-go-go's as if that is going to be like some deck that we're going to have to watch out for. But who knows, maybe this is just them hinting that go-go's will be good. But I think it has definitely a lot of utility. They also talk about the utility it has in Noble Knights, but for the most part, I think that this is going to be a very splashable card in other decks just to make it a little bit faster. But it is a spellcaster on Earth. I'm not sure if spellbooks are going to be playing this because very rarely do you actually want to throw like a spellcaster in the grave. I know that you need it for your tower, but I mean, he's a spellcaster anyways. But nonetheless, not a bad card at all, just because it has like that kind of card trooper utility where you get to potentially mill. But this opens up a lot of other plays because there's also a deck called Inzectors, which you really need Hornet first turn, and this is just going to be like, oh, it's cool. Hornet? Hornet go to the grave, like, and then you destroy it and I get to draw, so I'll probably play it in Inzectors. But there's so many decks that can benefit from this card. Next up, they talk about a new card called Kuribandit. It actually is a tour guide target, however, its effect is really mediocre, so let's go ahead and check out its effect. So it is level 3 Fiend, obviously it needs to for a tour guide target, but anyways, during the end phase, if this card was normal summoned this turn, you can tribute this card. Excavate the top 5 cards of your deck. You can add one of the activated spell and trap cards to your hand. Also send the remaining card to the graveyard. So excavating is different than milling. But I know it's always going to be complicated with Yu-Gi-Oh. But anyways, basically what it comes down to is, yeah, you can use it in the plant deck, which is not bad at all. I think this definitely will help the plant deck. And then also you can add one activated spell or trap card from your hand and send the remaining cards to the graveyard. So I think they talk about Lightsworn briefly in this, but they also talk about Geargias, which I'm not sure if I would want to play this in a Geargia deck. I'm not sure if I want to exactly mill my Geargia accelerators. That really ruins a lot of the OTKs in the deck, and basically you want to be setting your cards first turn, like, you know, Geargia armor. But yeah, I mean, there are some utilities with Fire Formation Tenki, because I mean, you have Tensu, so my thinking was that you'd still be able to get your normal summon with this card, and then still be able to search, but it technically is on the end phase, so that is definitely a downside to it, and adding it to your hand, you won't be able to actually set it because, you know, it's during the end phase anyway. So we'll have to see what crazy combos we can come up with. I like how they mentioned Reckless Greed here, because if you mill the other Reckless Greeds, Reckless Greed is only really good when you have multiples, and if you mill another Reckless Greed, you basically have to hope for that other Reckless Greed to come into your hand relatively soon. But they talk about Soul Exchange, Miracle Fertilizer, obviously Soul Recharge, because like I mentioned before, you can technically use it in Lightsworn, which is definitely not bad, but it goes back to the idea that it's kind of just too slow. I mean, you have to, like, leave your field essentially blank in Lightsworn, and Lightsworn doesn't have too much back row to begin with, so adding that Soul Recharge might be okay, but technically, I know if you mill the Gardeners, you'll be okay. But there's also, like they mentioned, it's a tour guide target, which is not bad at all, because at the moment, I wouldn't say there's a really good tour guide target, but that's it for that card. But I've got some pretty good ideas with Mathematician. I think there's a lot of potential with this card, more than Kuribandit. But I was going to use it with Dawn Knight and basically abuse BLS as many times as possible, because you guys know how I love BLS so much. But yeah, I think Dawn Knight plus Mathematician opens up a lot of combos, because Hopefully it won't like miss the timing or anything like that, but I'll let you guys know if it does in the future once I make the BLS deck. This is another variant of a BLS Turbo deck, but two really good cards, and if you guys know what decks could really benefit from Mathematician or Kuribandit, or what kind of combos would really work, I think Mathematician, this card's insane. It's like a Foolish Barrel plus a free draw. Like, could we ever ask for a better card? It's just way too good. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and like I said, if you have any combos or any deck suggestions that we can build using these two new cards, Kuribandit and Mathematician, let me know in the comment section below. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Asian Eyes signing out.